What up, 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 world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politicking. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend Big Amp Dog said, what's the deal? And today, we about to talk about this guy over here, Derek Chauvin. I don't know his last name. I ain't gonna cap. But basically, I've been trying to follow the trial. I haven't been able to the way I want to, but I've been paying attention to some of the witnesses. So what I want to do is do reaction videos to the the witnesses' statements. You know what they testified to in the trial. So that's what I want to talk about. So today, the first witness that we're gonna talk about is Donald Williams, ex MMA fighter slash martial artist. Um, First, I just want to say, with dude, I feel like I feel like he of course he been through the battles of battling with fighting and all that. He been through all that. He could see certain shit. Um, but from what I've seen is, you know, yeah, he has the knowledge of it, but it's like what you see with most fighters, that take a bunch of head trauma. They eventually start to, you know, I guess would come off as if they're losing it or whatever. But with him, I would say outside of all of those factors, I was still able to respect and feel what he was coming about. You know, as far as how he felt about the situation, because a real motherfucker gonna always tell you the real shit, no matter how it make them look. And I felt like he did that. You know, uh, I also feel like when the defense attorney was trying to constantly bring up MMA fights, wrestling, jujitsu, whatever, and how it is during those type of battles versus the battle that George Floyd had to fight, I felt like he should have just shut that shit dead. He should have just shut it down. Like y'all tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's it's not the same. It wasn't about it didn't have no referees. It didn't, and he did it a little bit throughout the whole thing, but I just feel like he should have ended that shit. At least the prosecution should have threw something out there. But at the end of the day, who they really going for? You know what I mean? And I see a lot of people saying, well, there's a lot of people that's coming out that's speaking against him, that's law enforcement and this and that, and I feel it. I feel it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep what I really, really think and feel for the end. So once we go through all these different videos of the witnesses and stuff like that, then I'll give my overall opinion. But right now we want to focus on Donald Williams. So yeah, he should have stopped him from trying to constantly equate George Floyd's situation with a fucking professional martial art fight. But he did what he could. He did what he could. Um, Another thing is body language and all the things above plays a factor when you're in court. So what I can say is what I respect about dude also is he was, as soon as the defense attorney came up, he doing all that. But when the defense attorney asked him, "Was you angry?" He wasn't shying away from it like I feel like most people was, because yeah, anger it's an emotion, and most of the time when you consider anger, you consider irrational actions and things like that. But at the end of the day, what they seen, them actually being there, they should have known that outside of what emotions bring, it brings certain things about you that you can't explain. So I wish they would have did more of that too. But either way, um, the prosecution to me, they just doing the bare minimum. They doing what they supposed to do. And at this point, with all the cameras, they doing exactly what is protocol. I guess you would say, is look the part, play the part, but when you lose, it's respected type shit. So I don't think they giving their best foot forward. They ain't no Johnny Cochran's and you know shit like that. And I know Johnny Cochran was a defense attorney, but what I'm saying is the energy you put in to your case. You feel me? So I feel like the prosecution is kind of allowing themselves to be won up by the defense. You know, but that's just my opinion. We gonna talk about the rest of this later on. Um, the 27 million. That's all right. Fuck it. I should wait to say this once we drop the rest of the witness statement reaction videos. But the 27 million to me was damage control, and the reality of it is they gave that 27 million with what I would think is the idea of we gonna give y'all this money. This guy's protected behind a badge in the color of law. He's not gonna face the charges or go to jail, be convicted. The things that y'all want him to be, it ain't gonna happen. But here go 27 million. What I could see from Minnesota paying out that money, they just want to make sure that they ain't got to deal with people burning down their buildings. That's how I look at it. So what they did was, look, we're gonna give y'all 27 million. Y'all already done said y'all give certain amount of money to charity and this and that, and we already know that he ain't about to go to jail. So give him 27 million. That way, when people get to going in the uproar, we could put in the headlines. Oh well, they got 27 million. Most people that will be outraged will start to think like, oh well, that's cool. Like 27 million, yeah, that's the most money paid out to a victim, whatever. But that's how I look at it. I just really feel like he probably not gonna go to jail, and maybe you could say I'm some old bitch ass nigga that just you ain't got no hope. You call me whatever you want, but the reality is the reality, and that's what I go off of. And the reality is we done seen it too many times where it was a way cleaner case and niggas didn't go to jail. So this situation with it's cameras everywhere. We see what happened. But this man's gonna get off because of what he was trained to do. And what he was trained to do, he did it. Now, that's outside of convicting him. That's deeper than that. It's deeper than blaming one person for how he was trained by a whole history of people. You feel me? But I don't want to put nobody up in arms and want to fight me or nothing. But that's just how I feel. I do like how they asked the Donald Williams about the video footage, because you could hear him on the camera because he recorded it. It was his video was one of the videos that went viral, and you could hear him. He was disrespecting the police. But he stood on it. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. Is it true that you said you wish he would kill himself or some shit? He said, nah. He said, I didn't say I hope he would kill himself. I said, I know he will. I know he will in the next 2 years because of what he did. That was one of the coldest. I respected that because that's probably true. He probably will. And if he don't, he's gonna be somewhere doing something that's way opposite of being a law enforcement officer. And it's not about, oh well, of course he's not gonna be law enforcement because he lost his job. And it's nah. Most cops that commit crimes against like private citizens, um, they're able to get hired at another city, at another state. You know, um, it is highly possible. So I don't necessarily think that's what it is as much as it's just what's on your conscience. You know what I'm saying? On your conscience, you was dick eating, trying to prove a point to this higher up. You know that yeah, I back the blue, but the whole time you doing fraudulent, fucked up shit to where yeah, you should be held accountable too. All the officers that was there, I don't give a fuck if your knee wasn't directly on his neck, but it was on the bottom of his back or the back of his kneecaps. It don't matter. You had as much obligation to put your knee on his back as you did to speak up and say, all right, let's let off. That's what you should have did. Um, yeah, but ultimately, I ain't want this shit to go too long. It's already past the time limit that I was setting for myself, but I really do feel uh, this nigga was a real nigga when it came down to the courts. Even though you could see that he's suffering from the constant headshots, because he was getting mad, but he went through his 12 steps of happiness. I think you would call it. I don't know, but he was able to sit there and go through those things. So what I would say is respect to respect to him, man. I don't give a fuck how they trying to paint him out. Y'all ain't gonna paint me out to be an angry black man. I felt him. God damn it. Um, Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and make sure you tell a friend or tell a motherfucking friend. Big Amp Dog said, what's the deal?